Welcome back to the Israel campaign. Today, we're finally going to be continuing this campaign. My apologies, I've been ill a lot over the last basically week and a half. As you can hear right now, I actually caught a bad cold, and you're going to hear me snottering and sniffing and coughing. I'm going to try to cut it out if I can, but it's going to be in there. I'm so sorry. I'll link the previous episode in the description if you want to check it out. It's been almost 2 or 3 weeks now. My actual sincerest apologies. However, today we'll actually see the naval invasion of the IDF of Namaria. We're still playing against the Syrians, and we have a little battle here going up in Tiberias. Now, I think what we should do is we should just totally jump right into the naval battle, the naval invasion. Now, we don't have a lot going for us here. The real thing that we got going for us is that we have some naval support that we can call in. We're going to have to use mostly our infantry that's coming on transports, and we have a ton of Marines here available. Plus, there's a lot more Marines actually coming in on transports that aren't necessarily transported by just a boat, but these come into M113s, which are going to be amphibious. But these ones actually come in an M113 that is on top of a LCM, so it actually allows you to deploy them a little bit faster. But it's going to be a big naval invasion. I don't think it's going to be a one-day battle. As you can see, we have less than half of their total points. And we're going to have to take over, probably start off with taking Bravo, secure the city, try and get as much troops into that city. And then the next day, we're going to have to try and grab some territory, either Yunnan or one of these territories, to try and grab territories to get our guys to spawn in from off the map instead of just coming from the sea. But for right now, we're going to jump right into it and set up our little units here. So right at the bat, we have an MI2. We'll actually move our ships forward and try and keep a sort of line going. We obviously do need to get some ships over here to try and stop them from getting over here. So maybe we can get a Fremantle or these monitors to try and cover this. But for now, we're going to have to just move in and see what we can do. Let's unload these guys, get my Ayits flying out here. Those are already some radar-guided AA. Losing boats on the water, it's not very good. Our ships are finally opening fire, as we are now dealing with a lot of ATGMs. We've lost 2 of those boats. Let's get these LCMs back before they get destroyed. Yes, sir. Get out of here, get out of here. So we've lost 2 of our M60s already. Oh, I totally didn't pay attention to that, and they're going to get shot down. I'm an idiot. So we've already lost one of our Ayits. Hopefully the other one doesn't get shot down. That was really stupid on my end. These boats are not in any sort of way capable of protecting the invasion. We're moving them closer now. We did take down that plane, but we didn't lose one of our own Ayits. Our patents are still good. Hopefully they can do some damage to these T-62s. They're 20. Oh, no, we lost those guys. All right, the ships have moved closer. Hopefully this way, then they can a little bit better provide cover for the fleet. I think these Pegasus are armed with 76mm guns. Hopefully they can sort of pound the way here for our units. Now let's get another Ayit, and this time not have it fly all the way over and actually have it use its missiles and not have it die. It would be nice to convert so many AA. The idea is now that we start getting some Givati Marines, let's get 3 sets of 4 to come over here and try and get onto the landing beach. Our PT-76s have finally made it. We have some mortars coming in. Is that a helicopter? It is. Alright, let's get the Ayit out of here. So far, not a lot of radar AA, which is fine. Our PT-76s have reached the beach. We are finally getting them out. And these T-62s are being hammered by all of the ships here in the harbor, which is awesome. And we're also getting artillery, however. But we'll be fine. We'll have to maybe move them around a little bit more. They are very sort of stacked up at the moment, as our Marines are coming in on the LCMs. And we'll deploy them in the city to try and get ourselves a little bit of a foothold. We are at the moment dealing with these tanks, and our boats are stunning them, which is actually good. We're not necessarily killing these boats ourselves, or these tanks ourselves, but oh, we betted out the rocket launch. That's good. It means that we won't be losing our infantry to those right away. Hopefully our T-72s can at least kill these T-62s. They're only 10 points cheaper than them, so it should be fine. We just scored a couple of them there. 76s are getting closer. And hopefully they'll be done before my Marines come into the area here. Nope, missile away, and evac and missile away. Missiles coming out. Ooh, missed him. Alright, good. Thank God. Oh, another missile coming out. Oh, no, he's not catching it in time. Okay, so we caught that. Now we're actually being smoked, interestingly enough. Let's get these LCMs to deploy these troops, as we're going to deploy our PT-76s just over here and try and stop them from advancing onto the beach. It would be a good idea to maybe get 3 of these ships over here, try and find some more radar AA. No eyes on anything, so let's evac you real quick. Oh, that's some radar AA that's currently not in range. Our Marines are about to land. We're going to get this set of 3 ships to move over here, try and provide some cover if possible. It would actually be nice to get this Pegasus over here because it does have a very good gun. T-72As, 55 points worth of tanks. It's going to be relatively brutal to try and take these out. We're going to get these APCs off as we get the LCMs back over here to try not to die. If they die, I believe you lose the infantry that they were transporting. Some Marines are under fire. Hopefully we can get them out of here. We are dealing with the T-72As here. Our Marines are pushing on the beach now with their M113s, which they basically are M113s. I know they're called Bardelas, but they're basically M113s. Our Gavati Marines have reached the beach. We did lose 4 of the Marine squad, so we've lost a platoon of Marines there, but we're going to try and keep them in the action as long as possible. Have their Vics pull out if possible too. We're pushing right into the fire here, trying to just get into a building with these Marines, which would be great. If we're in a building, we're going to be able to lock them down a lot harder. We're sending these Bardelas back just so they're going to be out of immediate gun range at the moment. Maybe we need to get some supply ships up out in here, because we are taking some heavier hits on some of these ships, and it's starting to be an issue. Our Baiku is again dealing with their helicopters, which is good. Bardelas are pushing back as our PT-76 has mostly been eliminated. We'll actually grab another set of those guys because they're actually not something I'm really looking to have in the future. But right now we have gotten sort of a foothold here at the beach. We're dealing with their Vics, and we're dealing with their infantry that's coming out. Do we have any supply helicopters, which would be a great deal of help here for the Marines who've just landed. We lost another PT-76, but our infantry has landed. We did lose a platoon of Marines in the landing itself. Not as bad as I expected. Now we can start getting in the Gavuni, which come with ATGMs, and we can get some 40 Mike infantry as well to start bolstering the defenses here in the city. A little bit more range than they currently are able to engage infantry at. Oh, that's a lot of helicopters, but we did take down 1 of their radar-guided AA helicopter. Oh, that's not good. All right, well, that one is also a goner. In the meantime, our supply ships should be approaching, hopefully able to support the ships here on the coast that are running low on ammo. We need to definitely resupply these guys a little bit here. Spread these out just a tiny bit so they're not super easy targets for the enemy artillery. Our helicopter here is going to try and land and repair the Gavati. Repair as in like deploy some new troops and deploy some new RPG ammo. And so far so good. I mean, lost a couple of our tanks, a couple of our infantry here, but in general I'd argue it was quite successful so far. It would be nice to get some anti-air infantry here on the field. Unless there is actually these Hobbits are going to be good. They should be amphibious, so we can get 2 sets of 2 to come here to the beach and actually deploy against these helicopters. We do have ships dealing with them, which is awesome, but in case there is any ones that come too close, we'll have to deal with them with the anti-air Hobbits. Deploy these infantry, deploy these ones, send the Bardelas forward as we pull back these LCMs, not those ones, but yeah. Deploy and deploy. Might as well deploy or get all of these guys back here. As we move in our Bardelas here. Oh, that was easily dealt with. And these Pegasus and Baiku are actually dealing with the helicopters as well. Missile away. That's a hit, but not a kill. Let's actually maybe get a little more Ayits, because it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some more forces here on the battlefield. Ideally, we can set up these ATGMs covered by 40 Mikes and RPGs here, where the RPGs sit on the road, and longer range weaponry system guys can sit on those buildings, which should be these Gavnuni. Put those over there. Get these Bardelas out of here before they get killed. And we'll get these guys onto the beach as well. All our ships are being resupplied. We're dealing with their ships, or dealing with their helicopters, my apologies. Our Givati's job will be to hold this road. Oh, shots are coming out. They're hitting close to our naval fleet here, but we're doing just fine. We're dealing with their firepower, with their power here. Sorry, my coal is really getting to me. We're dealing with their power here on the road as our Govnuni are pushing to those buildings, and we're getting these AGS infantry or Mark 19 infantry onto the field finally here, which is awesome. They're going to provide a little bit more anti-infantry fire for the troops in the field as we push these guys past and make basically a large sort of collection of units right here. So far, not that bad. I'm actually quite happy with how it's going. Don't think we've lost a single ship. We'll push our infantry up a little bit more if possible. Try and deal with these PT-76s. And if they are dealt with... Oh, they're actually being dealt with by our fleet as well. We have BMPs coming in, but our RPGs are in range now. Our Govnuni should have range on these guys. Oh, maybe a little bit closer. Who knows? ATGM hit. Not a kill, but it was a hit. Oh, these guys are in the open, however, now. Put him in the next building. Oh, I totally forgot I have a plane flying around. Hopefully it just didn't die again. Okay, I think it retreated. Thank God. I can't say I've really been paying attention to my infantry, to my planes there. That's kind of my own fault. That's really bad. Push our infantry up one more building. Try and deal with their initial units coming in. It would be good to have some logistics trucks come in. Helicopters are maybe a little bit unsafe at the moment. So what we'll do, we'll get those trucks to come in here in LCMs and we'll deploy them forward to try and support the infantry with new members and new weapons and new ammo. As we're also going to get some monitors right here to try and move up the coast, because these rivers are too tight for these ships. Luckily, our monitors can actually move in there. We'll get some Zippos here too, because they got some 40mm Bofors guns on board. In the meantime, we are dealing with our infantry. I think dragons actually are capable against dealing with infantry. They have decent HEs. You consider actually hammering them quite hard. Now, if only our 40 Mikes could set up. Ooh, artillery's coming in though, but I think it's missing. Alright, RPGs were still good. We can just keep our infantry here in check. There comes our Mark 19s are now engaging the infantry. We'll have one Mark 19 watch down the road to deal with helicopters and a lot of other things here. Ooh, there goes the infantry unit. Get this Yasur to land before it gets shot down. There's a lot of missiles coming out. Kind of wish we had AA now. Don't really have any AA that's currently close to provide support, so we're going to have to deal with those missiles one way or another. We can't really do anything about it at the moment. When the helicopters get too close to the front, my ships, we are able to deal with them, however, but at the moment, we're good. Yasur is going to stay there for now. I don't see any point in risking it dying, having it take off. Gavuni are out of ammo. I'm going to have to pull back here in just a second. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea in general to have my men pull back just a little bit. We need to get some AA up here ASAP. My Rio is moving forward. I'm going to try and resupply these infantry if we can. Mark 19s are coming out. We have a large squad of enemy elites pushing into the town. Actually a platoon-sized element. However, at the moment, our 40 Mikes are making a very short amount of work of those guys. Need to pull them back. We do have a reasonable amount of area here occupied in the city. Would love to capture some more ground if possible, but at the moment we're kind of stuck not having all of the ground we'd like. Pull these guys back. We should have our PT-76s and our AA that are about to land. They actually do need some fuel, so maybe it's a good idea we stop our men here just for a second, or our PT-76 to get some extra fuel and get them ready to go onto the land. Gavati are still trying to deal with enemy elites. They're pushing into the area here. Our Gavati here need to be pulled back just a little bit. Our Rios are currently resupplying. I don't know why you're resupplying this Yasur. It doesn't need to be repaired. Who cares? Get you out of here now. I don't care if this Yasur dies at this point. We just need to get it out of there. So far, not doing that bad. Our AA should have replenished. I was really hoping that AA would reach it a little bit faster, but we really do need... Oh, they just destroyed our Rios with artillery. That's really unlucky, damn it. We've lost some of our Messiat units. We are, however, dealing with their infantry very, very, very carefully. Here comes more transports in the form of AA. As we pull these LCMs back. Lost Nayit, again, totally not paying attention to the air tab. Let's just blame it on the fact that I'm really feeling not good. We got Mark 19s coming out, doing a lot of damage, also being damaged themselves quite hard actually here. Might have them fall back just a little bit as we're trying to protect against the elites, which are being absolutely demolished, I should add. I believe these guys are shock, not elite, so they are being outclassed by the enemy, but our numbers are far too big for them to deal with. Hitting the BMP with the missiles, as we are now getting our next set of LCMs with the transport trucks on land here. Our Monitor 105s can hopefully go up the coast and try and cover this road, as our infantry here has finally arrived with anti-air. Not a second too late, I should add. We're still being hit by artillery pretty hard. We have a lot of rocket artillery, etc. here going on, trying to take us down. Our Rios are going to try and resupply men back here as we pull back our Gavati even more. I mean, these are now down to less than half their original platoon size. Get another Ayid out, try and actually take out some enemies if we can. Be nice to snipe another one or two of their AA, but who knows if it's possible. Spread out our Hobbits this time. Be good to get them set up and actually have to deal with some enemy helicopters that are doing a number on my infantry just with their splurge rockets, their unguided HE rockets. Missile away. That's a hit. Get it out of there before it gets shot. That's a good kill, however. Gavuni are hitting their targets. We got a lot of stuff coming down this road, and we don't really have anything. I believe maybe our monitors should have some artillery. Nothing great, though, to really win the fight. Oh, Gavnuni are being absolutely overrun. We have to pull them back one. Our Hobbits are actually maybe getting into enemy weapon range here. Oh, there goes one of our Hobbits. That's not good. Our Hobbits are not dealing with the enemy air. That's the whole point of this operation. Gavati are still okay, but they're losing men left, right, and center. There's a lot of stuff coming into the... Oh, we did manage to get them down to below the destruction number needed. They lost about 8,000. Oh, sorry, they lost about 4,000 points. We lost about 1,000. Really sucks that we lost those M60s. We lost a little bit of our infantry, but at the very least, we hopefully have at least pushed them out of Bravo at the start. So this way we can deploy our units, get into Bravo, get our CV set up, and start there. Basically right off the bat. Oh, actually, never mind. It looks as if we captured Namaria, which now also means that we hopefully can actually call in... Yes, we can call in these reinforcements here now, which is actually awesome. So now we have access to Merkavas, we have access to some shot calls, we should have some artillery, and some... well, I guess just a couple of more tanks here in general. So we've captured this area. We're now going to have to push to Mount Meron and River Jordan, as now the next fight will happen in Tiberias. Now, Tiberias has been an issue for me this entire campaign. They have a lot of tanks left. Well, a lot. I say they have 27 tanks left. We really only have 4 Merkavas left. We're going to have to use our recon units here to sort of try and stop their tanks from pushing us. We're again going to sit in the tree line, and we're going to set up our defenses, and we'll be right back. All right, set up a very basic line here with T-62 Blazers and a ton of Merkavas covering our flank here, and we'll have these recon Ram ATs with their recordless rifles try and make a flank around to Migdal to see what's going on. It's going to be relatively sort of standard procedure here to not really change a lot about our tactics that we've had going on for the last couple of battles here. It's been hard for us to push out of here ourselves. Enemy basically just keeps artillerying us and making us have to spend units on, you know, getting artillery. We'd have to resupply them, and then they hit the resupply Vic. So they've been hammering us with a lot, but hopefully we can hold on here to the intersection still. If not, they're going to push right into the next sector. We need to hold on. We have just a couple of Merkavas left. They are, however, all veterans and elites. But yeah, I think originally I had about 12 to 16. We're down to just 4. Now, I didn't get any AA, just totally remembered to get some. So actually we're going to get 2 Shenevs back here, and we'll actually have a Hobbit or 2 set up just for added security. Our job is not going to push out. Obviously these guys are pushing around because they're recon, but other than that, we're going to sit here and hopefully enjoy the carnage as they come towards us. We'll try and deal with their last couple of tanks, and hopefully be able that way to secure the sector. Any sort of AT in these buildings would be really good, but I have none. Not even my recon comes with any sort of AT. I have a DMR, which doesn't really help against tanks. So yeah, we're going to just sit here and hopefully we're able to hold the line in this battle and not be pushed off, especially when I try and keep my Merkavas alive as much as possible. We're driving around and looking for targets, as we have now spotted some light vehicles, but they just got immediately destroyed, so that's good. Actually, might even get a set of recon to try and get into that building over there to get some extra sort of earlier warning system. Oh, that's actually kind of bad. If there's actually Jaguars coming this way, then that's an issue that we haven't really foreseen happening. So they just took that Hobbit down pretty fast. That's kind of bad. They're actually pushing the sector now on the left. Didn't really have anything to go there, so let's cancel these BTRs and get these Ram ATs out of here ASAP. Alright, let's try and deal with whatever that is. As we are pushing this intersection. And let's try and sit here on the trees and hope that we can hold. Alright, put them up. And maybe even get some ATGM vehicles in here if we have any here. Try and set them up before they come across the river. Some cheap Sherman tanks to try and stem the Syrian tide. These are their best tanks. These are their Jaguar tanks. So hopefully... Oh, there's a lot of stuff right here. I don't know if we can kill any of this. Try and kill their CV. Oh, Strela, that'd be good to kill. Oh, these things are getting hammered into oblivion. Kind of expected that to happen now. These guys in the tree line are going to get messed up by the rocket artillery. And we're going to have to move my Merkava here in a second before it might even get sniped. Oh, this is bad. That hurts. This is really not a good start. We did take another T-72 down. These guys here are totally shot into oblivion. I don't think they killed more than 2 or 3 vehicles, but we just have to try and hold on. We're being hit in our spawn right here. If only our giraffe toes can get a missile out. They have to just hit them and they'll... Oh, actually, that was a good hit, but didn't even do it much damage. I thought they would do more damage than that. 15 AP power. It's really not that bad. Another missile out, though. And that's a hit. That's a takeout. Terrans are trying to deal with their T-72s. All these guys are panicky and under a lot of suppression from the flames from the napalm launcher. Oh, as long as we can keep our CV safe, that's all that matters. None of these guys is able to shoot at the moment because they're all panicked and they have no line of sight on these Jaguars. The TOW does have... Oh, now our FOB's being hit. We are hitting them in the flank right here. That's good. Alright, let's push these guys. Let's go. Let's Q move and engage. Hobbit actually helping to destroy the Jaguar right here. Ooh. Hit it again. Alright, we saved the left flank. Our CV is safe. And we've just dealt a large blow to the remaining tank forces. Granted, they took a lot of our stuff down here, but in general, the idea was to try and keep my flank alive. And as long as the flank is secure, we should be good. I'll push some Terran Blazers back in here to try and cover the line. And our shitty Shermans are going to sit around and cover the line as good as they can. They are indeed just shitty Shermans, however, though, so who knows how good they are going to be at doing that. But as long as we can keep them there and they can at least give us an early warning, which is what those early Terrans did. We dealt with them in a, I think, decent enough way. So we'll actually get some of these cheap Jeeps to just sit along this forest line here with more ATGMs than the enemy can count, and that should hopefully allow us to keep the line held here, taking out their T-72Ms at longer range. Even our Terran Blazers, which are almost half the point worth of these T-72Ms, they're 30 versus 55, are doing a decent enough job, and if anything, as long as they're there to hold the line, that's really all we can ask from them. So that battle was very uneventful. The main thing that happened that was actually very interesting was the fact that we absolutely destroyed a ton of their stuff using the Romac at ERFB. As you can see, we basically just counter artillery them for basically about 10-15 minutes. Every time I saw them fire, we would just use our artillery to try and hit them, and we did take a lot of their artillery down, as you can see. So we only lost 285 points ourselves. They lost 10 times as much, which is awesome. They still aren't done, even though they don't have that many tanks or anything left here. We're basically just in an impasse on this battle constantly, but they refuse to give up. We still have just a couple of Merkavas left. We can't really take them out of the battle and refit them because there isn't really anything to replace them, however. So we're going to just keep on and try and hold on our ground, as we're going to R&R all of these units right here. And then we're going to end the turn and hope that we can hold on to Tiberius. All right, as I said, I'm still feeling very, very ill. What we're going to do here today is we're going to end the episode here. Sorry for the short episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're definitely going to be doing a lot of battles over here still. We have to fight over Mount Mernon, and there, as you can see, there is 156 unit that just joined the battle here, some helicopters, and a multi-role squadron with Su-24s, Su-24s, Ms, and we haven't even seen what's in River Jordan. We also have to deal with over 900 units in these two just combined. If you see that, 294 tanks. Not even sure how we're going to deal with that. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Love to see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.